Hi, welcome to the second edition of the Longview Voice, a podcast that features artists, business owners, nonprofits, and entrepreneurs in East Texas. This is our second edition, and we have Christina Cavazos here, the Director of Arts Longview. We are going to talk about some of the things they have done and some of the things that are coming up.
Thank you for having me here today.
I'm excited that you're here. I've been wanting to talk to you about some things for a while.
Awesome.
So I guess we'll start off with, how did you get involved with Arts Longview?
So I came on board as the executive director in January of 2022. Before that, I worked at the Longview News Journal for about 11 years and reported on a lot of things, including a lot of the arts groups and including Arts Longview, and applied for the job and just kind of found my niche in the community, I feel like.
Yeah, I love that. And it's cool that you have like kind of a background being involved, reporting on it and like knowing the people already and stuff like that. So the Arts District was established in 2019. You came on roughly 3 years later. Can you tell me a little bit about what y'all have been doing?
Yeah, so do you want me to talk a little about how we got the cultural district designation?
I want you to talk about whatever you want.
Okay, so let me go back just a little bit. So the Texas legislature in 2005 established cultural districts as special zones to use cultural resources to help stimulate economies in communities. And Arts Longview kind of was established out of this idea of wanting to help contribute to our community's economic vitality. The Longview Chamber of Commerce does an intercity trip every year, and in 2018 they went to the city of Waco, and Waco has a cultural district. So much of what they saw in Waco was a complete transformation of their downtown, utilizing state grants that had come in to just use art to transform Waco. And we had a few people on that trip who thought, well, if Waco can have this, why can't Longview have this? So they came back, applied, and got the designation on their first try. We scored very, very highly on our application. And so getting the cultural district designation opened us up to state grant funding to do a lot of projects in the community, projects, programming, improvements, enhancements, whatever you want to call it, just things, making a lot of big changes in our community. So our first year, we just wanted people to know that there was a cultural district. So we installed 3 murals downtown. The Flower Power mural, which everybody loves and knows, on the back of the 903 Billiards building. And there's one on the back of the Tire Exchange, and there's one on the Symphony building. And then we also put up banners, street sign toppers, just trying to let people know that we had a cultural district here in Longview and kind of make our mark in the community. Our second year, we installed 3 sculptures, just a different form of public art. And those are at the City Hall, the library, and at the Belcher Center. Last year, we brought in an art bench, which was another form of art. It's outside the sculpture garden, and so it's got this artist palette as the backing, and just kind of a fun, bright bench for people to sit on. And we have more great things in the works.
So I love that we're talking about that stuff, because actually, like, our thumbnail has the Flower Power mural in the back for the podcast. And then I've taken several photos like on the bench and some of the features downtown. But I used to live downtown Longview, and I talk about all the time how like downtown has grown and has so much more life now than it used to, because I've lived in East Texas for 12 years. And I used to just take my kids walking around and stuff like that, and to sort of watch that sort of transformation of people starting to appreciate art installments, and even like the businesses in downtown that are coming here now to participate is kind of an amazing thing, because it's not the same downtown we had 10 years ago.
It's not at all, is it? It's been a drastic transformation.
And it's been amazing. And, you know, and I know that Arts Longview is kind of involved in a lot of the arts and cultural organizations in East Texas, like theater, the ballet, the museum, like all of those things. Did it start that way, or has it kind of just developed that way over time?
Yeah, it really started that way. You don't get part of the application process for having a cultural district is to show that you have an arts community, that your community values arts. And I think a lot of people don't realize how blessed we are in Longview by all the organizations that we do have. So we have Longview Museum of Fine Arts, which is a world-class art museum. And if you saw some of the things in LMFA's permanent collection, it would just blow your mind. We've got a historical museum. We've got a children's museum. We've got a children's theater, ArtsView. A lot of communities don't have a children's theater and an adult theater. We have both. We have ArtsView Children's Theater, and we have Theater Longview for our adult performers. We've got Longview Symphony Orchestra, which is professional musicians. And then we've got East Texas Symphonic Band, which is a mixture of adults and student musicians. And we have Longview Ballet. So it's very unique in a community of 82,000 people to have some of the organizations that we have. Most communities our size don't have a professional symphony orchestra or a ballet, or they might have a museum, they might have a community theater, but they don't have all of the options that we have. Yeah.
And I feel like I hear this all the time about East Texas, is there's just nothing to do here. There's just nothing to do. And like,
I get tired of hearing that.
Because oh my gosh. Part of what I'm doing, like the whole purpose of this whole thing is to show people that there is actually quite a bit to do here. Yeah. And I mean, it's not even restricted to a certain thing, right? So we have performing arts, we have visual arts, we have the museum does art classes, there's clay club, there's art walk. There are so many things that people can go do and participate in. And I feel like people are starting to step out and provide even more and more and more. And a lot of the things are either not expensive or virtually free. Yeah. Downtown Live doesn't cost anything. Yeah.
Longview Museum of Fine Arts is free to walk into any day that you want to check out their art collection.
And they've got the yoga there.
Yes.
And there's actually a lot. It's just, I feel like people aren't aware of it. And I feel like Arts Longview, part of the helpful thing about Arts Longview is it kind of shines a spotlight on all of the cool things there are to do and get your kids involved in and, go either participate in or go watch. It's pretty great.
Yeah, that's one of our goals, is just to help market and kind of cross promote all of the partner groups that we have, but not just the partner groups, really anything that's happening in the cultural district. I mean, Downtown Live is a Longview Main Street event, but it promotes local musicians. It gives them a platform to showcase their talent. So we try to help promote and cross promote as many activities as we can and just get the word out as best we can.
Well, I mean, there's even there's MLK Day and there's Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth, and just so many inclusive and big events that people can go participate in for nothing.
Right.
And that's a really healthy thing, I think, for cities to have, especially for parents or older teenagers and stuff that want to get out and do healthy activities and participate in their communities and stuff like that. So I feel like I've seen the change since Arts Longview has become a thing. Yeah. Now I want to talk a little bit about the artist forums that y'all are starting to do with Charles Arnold.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So that group has actually been around for a little while. It started as the ABC group, but now they've kind of morphed into the East Texas Artist Forum. So that's a group that's been kind of independently organized, but they were looking for a new home, and we're the Arts Longview Cultural District. So of course we wanted to welcome them into our space. We manage the Longview Community Center, which is a historic building in the community. It's owned by Gregg County, but it was shut down during COVID for a few years, and then we kind of came along and formed a partnership with the county to revitalize the community center, bring it back to life. It's got a great little auditorium that's been perfect for Theater Longview, perfect for some small symphony shows, and lots of performing arts groups have performed there, and local musicians and stuff. But we also have 3 meeting spaces. And so some of our meeting spaces are really perfect for groups like the Artist Forum to meet, or the East Texas Watercolor Society is also starting to have their meetings there.
Nice.
So we're really excited to bring artists into the fold a little bit more and give them a place to gather and share their work that they're creating, and just have a safe environment to receive feedback about their work and learn from each other.
Right. Well, and I know that that's been a conversation for a while, is kind of keeping that dialogue open.
Right.
And the communication between the artists and the people that are trying to bring more art into the community is a really big part of that. So I think that that's really cool. What do y'all have going on right now that y'all are working on?
Oh, a lot. We're working on a lot right now. We are renovating the stage at the Longview Community Center right now with new lighting, new rigging, new curtains. It's just getting a really big facelift. It's a historical building, so we can't make structural changes to it, but we're just trying to modernize the equipment that's used in the theater and bring it into the 21st century.
Make it easier for everyone to use.
Yeah. And so that's going on right now. That should wrap up at the end of this month. And then Theater Longview will move in for their next play, which will be the first performance on the newly renovated stage.
Which one is that?
It's Playhouse Creatures. Okay. So it's an all-female production, and it's going to be really fantastic.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And then besides that, we have a mural that we've been working on at the Longview Train Depot. It's been in the works since 2021, so a few years now.
Exciting.
And it's finally going in and going up this month. Weather has delayed it slightly, but
it's April.
We've had some rainy days.
Little flooding, little drama.
So giving ourselves some time for potentially more weather. I'm hoping that it'll be up and ready for people to view, sometime in May, probably late May. But it's a really long mural.
Who's working on it?
So there's not a wall at the train depot. It's actually being installed in front of a chain link fence.
Okay.
So we actually had to work with a graphic designer on this one, and then we had to have the mural printed on panels, and the panels are going to be installed side by side to where it flows together to create a continuous mural that tells the story of Longview's train history.
That's exciting.
So it's going to be pretty cool, and it's going to enhance the depot. And we have 2 more murals that are in the works right now that I can't share a lot of details about, but by the time this is released, I think we should have a call for artists out for 1 mural.
Hear that? Call for artists.
And then there's another one that we've got an artist selected for, and that should be going in later this year.
It's just been kind of continual, like the features that y'all have been adding downtown. And I know the museum right now, I don't know if this is affiliated with Arts District, but they are doing their aviation exhibit. Has artists coming in and painting portions of, if I get this wrong, I'm so sorry, but it's like, I think it's a World War II plane.
It's going to be really cool.
But and so I got a kind of a sneak peek of that, and that it's so exciting. I love it so much.
It's really cool. I know.
So
they reached out to me for the names of some artists that we've worked with, and so I helped connect them with some folks for that project. But the historical museum's been really great as far as, they have all the balloon sculptures that have all been painted by local artists too. So they've really embraced, they're not an art museum, but they've really embraced the arts
and support it though,
and they've used it to help tell their their message. So
I think they participate in a lot too, because they do the Black History Month.
They do
every year, and there's a forum for that. That's really cool. I've been to that a couple of times. So they do a pretty good job of participating in the community.
They do
in a wide variety of ways. And if you haven't been to the museum, it's really cool.
Yes, it is really neat. They have some great exhibits.
No, I always enjoy going in there, and the Arts Museum as well.
And we're excited, going back to what you were talking about the artist forum, I can see so many possibilities for that in the future. I could see us being able to host a show one day at the community center featuring the artists who participate in the artist forum or those who participate in the watercolor society, and just being able to showcase them,
that would be so
even
cool.
more. I see lots of possibilities.
Well, and there are a lot of people that are invested in that too, that are both local artists and want to see those types of things succeed in the community. And so it's always great when people volunteer for things like that.
Yes, for sure.
Let's talk about Art Walk.
Yes,
because Art Walk has kind of blown up since it started.
Yes, it has. So Art Walk this is the 17th year of Art Walk. It's been around for a long time. It started really, really small with 4 locations participating that just hosted, some artists. The Art Museum, LMFA, was one of them. There used to be a photo gallery down here, and she hosted some people, and there were a couple more locations that participated. But it started with 4 locations, and it's grown. We generally have over 150 artists who register for each art walk. So we've had as many as 200 in the past. It's really seemed to have exploded since we came out of COVID. I think the community was just really looking for something to do at that time, just to get back to some sense of normalcy. And Art Walk was the first public event that happened post-COVID, the April Art Walk. So in 2021, I think it was.
Well, and again, it's another event that doesn't cost you anything. I mean, outside of like going and supporting the artists, which we all know everybody should do, like there's no entry fee, there's no registration fee for people that want to participate. So like that's a good opportunity.
It's a completely free event. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's always busy.
Oh yeah. So. There's always people downtown. And that's one of our goals, is just we try to keep it accessible for the artists, so that everyone from a beginner artist, we even have some children who participate now, which I think is kind of cool, up to those who are really established artists. It's just a place for everyone, regardless of, whether you're new or more established, or what type of art you create, because we welcome all creators. It's not just visual artists, it's also people who, craft, that's still an art form, or culinary arts, that's an art form. We have musicians who play. It's all there's a lot of things that are art that people don't necessarily think of as art. It's an inclusive space. And one of the cool things about it is you've taken local artists and you've taken downtown businesses and you've set up artists on the street and inside businesses so people can go in and see everything that there is to offer downtown, from both art to the local businesses that we have downtown. So it's like mutually beneficial, I think, for everybody. And we hope that some of those people might come in for Art Walk for the event itself, but then they'll see the really cool businesses that we have and maybe become repeat patrons of those businesses. We want them to keep coming back, back downtown.
Because we support local.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
100%. I feel like, do you feel like the Arts District has contributed to the amount of businesses that have been moving downtown?
I feel like we've played a role in it, but I don't think it's been just us alone. I mean, if you think back, this has been so many years, but the city of Longview started redoing some of the infrastructure downtown a long time ago, with the bricks and the brick streets and everything, and the downtown lighting, and that kind of paved the way to make it more amenable for businesses to move in. Right. And then we had a couple of key cornerstone businesses, Silver Grizzly Espresso and Oil Horse Brewing Company, that opened just months apart from each other. And they helped anchor downtown. And then the Arts District came along in 2019 and started making, big art displays and just kind of making a visual presence downtown, and help, I think we helped transform portions of the downtown area.
I think it's been definitely a collective effort. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I remember when Silver Grizzly and Oil Horse popped up, and I was like, oh, there's things to do here now.
Right. But I think that we've played a small role in it. And I think just bringing more people downtown through some of the events that we help market and promote. I think when you have more people downtown, more foot traffic downtown, people who are business owners or potential business owners think, oh, well, hey, that's a place that people are going and visiting, so maybe that's a place that I want to open my business. Right. So then you have more businesses, and it's become a really good thing.
It has been. I love it because it is so different than it was like so long ago. I spend like 90% of my time downtown.
Yeah, we love downtown. And now we're seeing revitalization happening in the Junction area, which is also really cool. That's a much needed area, down at 6th Street, 5th Street, Methvin. That little corner, there's a lot of revitalization that's about to happen down there, and it's already starting to happen in small waves. And so I think having the Junction is going to be just the next expansion of downtown. And the Cultural District goes from downtown to the Junction and then turns down Mauberley Avenue and goes all the way down to the Belcher Center. So
I didn't know that. So it's fairly large then.
It's actually one of the largest cultural districts in the state.
Wow.
But we
right
made
here
that
in Little Longview.
But we made that trek down to the Belcher Center because that's a performing arts venue for a lot of our local arts groups. The symphony performs there, the symphonic band performs there, the ballet performed there, and then Belcher Center itself just has great performances that they bring in. So we wanted to encompass Belcher. So our district goes all the way down Mauberley. And so
you have that whole like strip right there that like has potential also.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
the city of Longview is going to be expanding and widening Mauberley Avenue in the future. That was part of a bond election that passed in, I think it was 2018. And so as the city works to expand Mauberley, after that is finished, then we're going to come in and we're going to make some big improvements on Mauberley. So I'm excited about that.
So there's plans on plans on plans on plans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we started downtown, and I see us moving toward the Junction area in the future. We're already kind of at the train depot now, but I see us moving toward the Junction as that revitalization happens, and then on down Mauberley Avenue.
That's cool.
So
that's exciting. Yeah. So for people that would be interested in like getting involved with Arts Longview and the Arts District, talk to me about that. Where's the opportunity there for people that want to help get involved, participate?
We're always looking for volunteers, potential board members, people who just want to help out at events or help out as they can. So people are free to reach out to me. My email is director@artslongview.org if they want to get involved. We always need people to help out. Art Walk's a huge undertaking, so we always need help with Art Walk. We always need help with some of our events. And then if people just want to plug in, we're always wanting artists to plug in and be connected to some of what we're doing. We have an email list that we maintain where we send out calls for artists, Art Walk notifications, and then also just trying to make artists aware of things that we are doing, like the artist forum that we're hosting now, which is on the third Thursday each month.
And I feel like that particular thing right there is like kind of the ticket. If we can get artists to participate in that, then they're going to know what's going on. They'll be able to contribute their ideas. There'll be more people to help put things into action. Because you can only do as much as you have the people to do. Right. And I know you've been kind of like, it's been you.
it's as far as paid staff, it's been me. We have a board of directors, and they're great though. And so we have some committees on our board that help with some of our internal events, like our honors gala, which is our huge fundraiser that we do every year. We have committees that work on that. But we'd love for artists to be more involved in giving us their ideas and their feedback. And so I think the Artist Forum, like you're saying, is a great place for them a great starting point for them to plug in. And that's also a place where we can look for potential future board members too.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you just get connected in one way, and then as the opportunities come up, whatever fits you, will be there.
Yeah, exactly. And as we get to know people more, we can slide them into different things. There's also small projects that pop up that maybe don't necessitate a call to artists, but as I've gotten to know our Art Walk artists more, I know which ones to reach out to for certain smaller projects that we're working on. So that's also been cool.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Yeah. Do you have anything else you'd like to let people know or make them aware of about what's going on?
Just be sure to check out our website. I mean, all of the events for not just Arts Longview, but all of our arts partners are posted on the website, on their calendar.
And there's a lot coming up. I know there's a lot coming up because I'm like very invested.
We have a busy season coming up, so there's a lot going on.
Everything from theater to, the Clay Club, and I think the museum does like all kinds of summer camps usually for the kids.
The museum has summer camps. Arts View Children's Theater has summer camps. Belcher Center, or LaTourneau University has summer camps. There's all kinds of things coming up, and it's gonna be an exciting year, really.
I'm excited about it.
Our 5th anniversary is this year too.
When exactly is the 5th anniversary?
So we officially received our designation on October 10th, 2019. Okay. So we're going to kick off a 5th anniversary celebration with the October Art Walk this year. And then there will be a few other events, probably all centered around that weekend, just kind of starting with the October Art Walk and continuing that weekend to celebrate. So.
Cool. Awesome. And the next Art Walk is June. What day in June?
You're putting me on the spot.
I think it's 4th.
June
4th or 6th.
4th or 6th, yeah.
4th or 6th.
It's either June 4th or 6th. I should know that.
I should know it too because I made a post about it. Yeah. It's fine.
First Thursday in June.
The first Thursday in June. There you go. Whichever Thursday that is.
Yes.
It's the 6th.
It's the 6th.
It's fine. Well, I appreciate you having you on the podcast. I'm really excited to see the things that we're doing. I'm excited to see the things that y'all have done in the past and how it's literally shaping a lot of how people participate downtown, and not even just downtown, but just in the arts in general.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. It's exciting. Yeah, that's our goal, is just to help change our downtown and help boost our local economy. And I think we're doing that, or I think we're starting to do that.
Yeah, so, I can see a difference as an outsider. Yeah. You know, I don't know any of the numbers or statistics, but I feel like it's different now.
We've brought in over $760,000 in state grant funding collectively between us and our partner groups. And so by the time we have our 5-year anniversary, you know, I don't know what we'll get in state grant funding this year, but I'm hoping we hit like that 1 million mark.
Right. And then,
which would be super
all
awesome.
That does is help you guys fund like revitalizing the community center and like, and I think it's important to notate like what exactly those types of funds do, right? Yeah. How they help you make the changes in the community that you need to make.
That we're making,
Right.
And it's not just us, because our partner groups, or some of our partner groups, qualify for those funds too. So like LMFA is using those funds to renovate phases of their new art museum. Artsview Children's Theater has used it to make renovations. They actually just unveiled their newly expanded lobby, which is beautiful.
I saw that because Leadership Longview, that was their class project this year, and it looks gorgeous.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Like there's so many cool things happening just all over the place, and things just being improved through organizations like this and grant funding and people's participation.
Yes, it all comes together and helps make our community a better, more artsy place to live.
Yep, I love it.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys for listening to the second episode. Make sure that you visit the Arts Longview website, and you'll know like the events that are happening and how you can participate. Come to the next Art Walk on June 6th. And we appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe for more.